Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna look at the accusative case of the nouns, including animates, ending of all possessive pronouns in the accusative case, verbs, which we would usually use in the accusative case, and conjugation of some verbs which are irregular, like to watch, to love, to like, and to write. So why do we have the accusative case? Because it's usually a direct object of the verb. So in English, you would say, I love to read a book. So a book would be accusative, and in Russian, it will change. So let's have a look at the endings for each gender, first of all, in order to look at the sentences. So as you can see from the table, the masculine inanimate doesn't change. So dom would be dom, London, London, хлеб, хлеб, салат, салат, football, football, jazz, jazz, chai, chai. Feminine always will change, doesn't matter is it animate or inanimate. It will always change to u or u depending on the ending. So if we have a normal a, like квартира, it will change to квартиру. Мама, маму, курица, курицу, девушка, девушку, собака, собаку, подруга, подругу, сестра, сестру. Neutral doesn't change and plural doesn't change, stays the same. Okay, let's have a look at the verbs which will usually trigger the accusative. So verbs like знать, to know, понимать, understand, помнить, to remember, любить, to love or to like, слушать, to listen, спрашивать, to ask, писать, to write, готовить, to cook, to prepare food, смотреть, to watch, играть, play, usually with accusative. If we're talking about play sport, then it's accusative. If it is a musical instrument, completely different case, prepositional. Изучать, study, and делать, to do. So let's have a look. The second type conjugation, which is смотреть and любить. So смотреть, the stress falls on a ye, so to watch, but during the conjugation it will slightly change. So я смотрю, so in red you see this is the stress falls on the last syllable. So я смотрю, ты смотришь, он смотрит, мы смотрим, вы смотрите, они смотрят. This is the typical pattern stress for the second type verb ending in yet. As you can see, the stress in the infinitive falls on the last syllable смотреть. And in the conjugation, it will change to o apart from the first person. It would be я смотрю, ты смотришь, он смотрит, смотрим, вы смотрите, они смотрят. And the verb любить. If we have a verb ending in a b, it means it's not enough in the stem to conjugate it. So we just insert L for the first person singular only. So we would say я люблю. And then stress is moving again to the beginning. Ты любишь, он любит, она любит, мы любим, вы любите, они любят. Okay, let's have a look at the verb готовить, to cook or to prepare something. Usually it's food. So я готовлю, ты готовишь, он готовит, она готовит, мы готовим, вы готовите, они готовят. So this one is not that bad. So the stress stays as in the infinitive. And the irregular verb писать, which is always irregular. So to write. So я пишу, then stress moving again to the beginning. Пишешь, он пишет, она пишет, мы пишем, вы пишете, они пишут. So one more time. Писать, to write. Я пишу, then ты пишешь, он пишет. Мы пишем, вы пишете, они пишут. As you can see in the second type verbs, the stress will fall on the first syllable from the они form. Only the first one will be slightly irregular. And as you can see, this verb is irregular because the s changes to sh through the whole conjugation. Okay, let's have a look. Why do we need the accusative? So the easiest way to explain this, so я is an active subject. The verb смотреть is the verb which agrees with it. So я смотрю. And фильмы would be the object of the verb, which will be in the accusative case. So I watch films. Я, the verb смотреть will change to смотрю. And the verb will trigger the accusative. And фильмы in it is plural form, so it doesn't change. So let's have a look at the basic examples for the accusative. So here we have он слушает музыку. So he listens to the music. So слушает is the verb and музыка is an object. So the музыка will change to музыку because it's a feminine. So, она любит чай. Чай is masculine, so that's why it doesn't change. So he likes tea. So the verb will trigger the accusative, but that one doesn't change because it's a masculine noun. Она любит пиво. Neutral again doesn't change. He likes beer. Она слушает рок. She listens to rock music. Again, rock masculine, no change. Он ненавидит политику. So политика usually in the nominative is feminine. That's why it's политику in the accusative, which trigger the verb, which is ненавидит, hate. So he hates politics. Politics in Russian is singular form, singular feminine. That's why it's just. So она знает правила. She knows the rule. Neutral. That's why it doesn't change. Now you can have a look at the two verbs in a sentence. So we only conjugate the first one. The second stays as infinitive. So it's like in English. He likes to cook a salad. So он любит, we conjugate the verb любить, любит, and готовить stays as infinitive. And salad is masculine, that's why it doesn't change. So он любит готовить салат. We play football. Мы играем в футбол. In Russian, they say we play in football, literally. That's why v triggers the accusative, and masculine noun doesn't change. Stays the same. So они читают книгу. So книга is a feminine usually in the dictionary. So the verb will trigger the accusative of the feminine. So книга changes to книгу. So he is reading a book. Вы смотрите телевизор. You watch television. Again, televisor is masculine. That's why it's no change. Only conjugate. The verb is conjugated. So вы смотрите телевизор. So he writes a letter. So она, she writes a letter. Will be she writes a letter. So пишет. This is irregular. Она пишет, and письмо is neutral. That's why it doesn't change. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So here we have also animate accusative, which will be the same as genitive endings of the nouns. So if you don't remember the genitive, please look back at my previous presentation for the genitive case. So друг would be друга, товарищ, товарища, брат, брата, сын, сына, отец. Special one, this отец, the yellow drop, отца, папа, папу, дедушка, дедушку, дядя, дядю. So if you look at these last three examples, These ones are masculine, but they have a feminine ending. So grandfather, father, grandfather, and uncle, they have all feminine endings, so they will behave as feminine, even they are masculine. Feminine always doesn't matter, is it animate or inanimate, it will always stays in the accusative. So mama, маму, сестра, сестру, собака, собаку, тетя, тетю, няня, няню, мать, мать, and дочь, дочь. So those last two, ending in a soft sign in the feminine form, remember they never change in the accusative, always stay the same. And the accusative plural will behave as genitive plural. Just give you some examples. Друзья, друзей, книги, книги, inanimate stays the same plural. Девушки, девушек, цветы, цветы, деревья, деревья, спортсмены, спортсменов. Okay. And the possessive pronouns in the accusative case, so мой and моё, masculine and neuter, will behave the same way, so would be моего, so my in the accusative. Твой, твоё would be твоего, because of that краткий, and ё would be trigger его, твоего, ё. Его always stays the same, doesn't change. Наш and наше would change to нашего. Again, after sh you can put over, it's only ева, our. Ваш, ваше will be in the accusative вашего, your or yours, and их doesn't change, stay the same. All these short forms, его, её, их, they never change in any case. It will stay the same, which makes it much, much easier. Feminine form моя, which is my, in accusative would be the same as noun, so мою. Твоя would be твою. Её stays её. Наша would be нашу. Ваша would be вашу. And их would be их. Doesn't change. Okay, let's have a look how it looks like in the sentence. So я знаю твою сестру. So сестра is feminine, and твоя would be твою. So everything changes into the feminine accusative. So I know your sister. Он помнит твоего брата. So this is брат, animate, masculine. And твой would be твоего. Брат would be брата. So he remembers your brother. So you always need to remember masculine animate will change as genitive. So я люблю маму и папу. Here we have two different genders. So mama feminine and papa is masculine. But it will still behave like feminine, unfortunately, because it has the a in the nominative. So я люблю маму и папу. So I love my mom and dad. So this one is a normal accusative feminine, mama, mamu, and papa has the feminine ending, that's why it behaves like feminine, папу. Он любит твою сестру, so сестра is feminine, that's why it's сестру, and твоя changes to твою because of the verb любит. He loves your sister. Она помнит твоего брата. Again, брат is animate masculine, that's why it's брата. Твой would be твоего, and the verb triggers the accusative animate. So she remembers your brother. Мы знаем вашу семью. Семья is feminine usually, so семья would be семью, and ваша would be вашу, because of the verb знаем. So we know your family. Мы помним его сестру, so сестра is feminine, that's why it's сестру in the accusative, triggered by the verb помним. Его stays always the same. So we remember his sister. Вы знаете нашу бабушку. You know our grandmother. So babushka is feminine, that's why it's babushku, triggered by the verb. And Nasha would be Nashu. I hope this video was useful for you. Now you will be able to use it correctly.